Breaking news. In an unexpected twist that has shaken South Korea's entertainment world to its core, top actor Soo Hyun, often called the nation's crown jewel, has confirmed his involvement in a deeply emotional mission. But this time it has nothing to do with a new film or drama. Instead, the beloved star has stepped into the raw, heart-tugging world of liver cancer patients, working closely with survivors, terminal patients, and their families in ways no celebrity has done before. The world watched him as the alien in My Love from the Star, the troubled king in Moon embracing the sun, and the emotionally layered character in It's Okay to Not Be Okay. But now, Soo Hyun is playing his most real role ever. A silent warrior standing with those battling one of the most aggressive cancers known to medicine. The shocking reveal at Seoul National University Hospital. On a rainy July morning, journalists were summoned to the auditorium of Seoul National University Hospital, unaware of the storm that would break. Soo Hyun, dressed simply in black slacks and a white linen shirt, stepped onto the stage with no manager, no entourage and no script. He looked thinner, but his eyes burned with intensity. "I didn't come here as an actor today," he began, his voice shaking. "I came here as a brother, a son, and a friend to those whose pain goes unseen." The room was dead silent. He continued, "For the past 18 months, I have been working quietly in oncology wards, spending nights with patients going through chemotherapy, losing their hair, losing their appetite, but never their spirit. These people have taught me more than any acting role ever could." Gasps echoed through the room as he revealed that one of his closest cousins, a 29-year-old music teacher named Kim Min-jun, had been battling terminal liver cancer since early 2023. Soo Hyun had not only been privately funding his cousin's treatments, but also supporting 17 other liver cancer patients who couldn't afford life-saving care. An emotional scene that broke the internet. The next day, a video was leaked online showing Soo Hyun kneeling beside a teenage girl in a hospital bed. Her name was Han Ji-eun, 17, a high schooler with dreams of becoming a painter before her diagnosis. In the video, Ji-eun, bald and gaunt from chemotherapy, asks the actor in a frail voice, "Oppa, when I'm gone, will anyone remember me?" Soo Hyun bursts into tears, holding her hands tightly. "I'll make sure the world remembers you," he whispered. True to his word, just days later, Soo Hyun had Ji-eun's entire artwork collection turned into a virtual NFT gallery called Ji-eun's Skies, with proceeds going towards liver cancer research. "I was ready to quit acting." In a surprising revelation, Soo Hyun admitted that he almost walked away from acting in late 2023. "I felt empty," he told Seoul Spotlight magazine in an exclusive interview. "Fame felt hollow when I saw people dying alone in hospital beds while the world praised me for my performances. I thought, what am I really doing with my life?" He went on a silent retreat for 30 days in the mountains of Gangwon-do. When he returned, he contacted major hospitals under a pseudonym and volunteered as an anonymous donor and assistant. "When patients recognized me, they were stunned. One Ajumma auntie even asked if I was doing a prank show," he chuckled. "But soon they stopped seeing the actor. They started seeing the human. A celebrity who slept on the hospital floor." Several nurses and doctors anonymously confirmed that Soo Hyun would often sleep on the floor of the ICU, declining special privileges. He ate with the patients, wiped their sweat during fever spells, even helped clean bedpans, said a nurse from Haeundae Hospital. "I've never seen a celebrity act like that. He was one of us." One particularly gripping account came from a terminal patient named Mr. Jang, 62, who passed away this spring. "He used to hold my hand every night and sing 'The Wind is Blowing,'" Mr. Jang wrote in a farewell note. "I died knowing I wasn't alone. He made sure of that." Liver Warriors. Soo Hyun's upcoming project. In what promises to be the most daring and emotionally raw drama of his career, Soo Hyun is currently in pre-production for Liver Warriors, a K-drama inspired by real stories of patients he met. He's not just starring in it. He's co-writing, co-directing, and even funding 60% of the project's budget. "This isn't just a show," he said at a press briefing. "This is a tribute to every soul who fought and every spirit who still fights." The drama will focus on a young oncologist who abandons his career at a major hospital to build a palliative care facility for end-stage cancer patients in the countryside. Insiders say Soo Hyun insisted on using real liver cancer survivors in supporting roles, and that every script line is based on conversations he's had with real patients. When the nation cried with him. On June 3, 2025, Kim Min-jun, Soo Hyun's cousin, passed away. Kim Soo Hyun did not release a statement. Instead, he posted a single photo to his private Instagram, a shot of him and Min-jun as children, playing by the Han River. Hours later, Kim Soo Hyun was seen walking alone across the Songsun Bridge, where he sat for nearly 3 hours watching the sunset. A passerby captured the moment, Soo Hyun sitting silently, a bouquet of white lilies at his feet. That image went viral with the caption, "He grieves like us. He feels like us." A movement beyond the screen. Following his advocacy, the Korean Ministry of Health confirmed a spike in liver cancer awareness. Donations to liver cancer research centers increased by 370% in the last 4 months alone, a phenomenon now dubbed the Soo Hyun effect. Major brands like Samsung, Hyundai, and LG have pledged to support a national awareness campaign, with Soo Hyun as the face. He has refused all payments. A new purpose. Kim Soo Hyun is currently establishing a non-profit called Han River Hearts, which will provide financial support, counseling, and palliative care services to low-income families battling liver cancer. He is reportedly investing 4.8 billion Korean wons, approximate $3.7 million USD, of his own money into the foundation. Conclusion. A star who chose to stand in the shadows. Kim Soo Hyun's latest chapter isn't scripted, styled, or glamorized. It's raw. It's painful. But above all, it's real. In an industry often criticized for its superficiality, he has chosen substance over spotlight, tears over trophies, and lives over likes. The world may know him as a superstar, but to many battling liver cancer in quiet hospital corridors, he is their guardian angel. And in a world hungry for heroes, Kim Soo Hyun has become the kind we didn't know we needed. "I don't want to be remembered as a great actor," he said, looking out over the Han River in a recent interview. "I want to be remembered as someone who didn't turn away." The sun had barely risen over the skyline of Seoul when the quiet corridors of Seoul National University Hospital began to stir, not with routine morning rounds or announcements, but with a wave of whispers. Kim Soo Hyun is back. But this time something had changed. The actor, now more gaunt and visibly worn, was no longer hiding his presence. Wearing a black baseball cap and gray hoodie, he walked straight into the oncology wing and greeted the nurses by name. No cameras, no security, no grand gestures. Just a quiet man on a personal mission. What the public didn't know was that this particular morning marked the anniversary of his cousin Min-jun's diagnosis. A date Kim Soo Hyun remembered like a scar carved into his soul. A morning like no other. Room 503. That was where it all began for Kim Soo Hyun. A year ago, he had stood at the foot of his cousin's hospital bed, paralyzed with disbelief as the doctor uttered those chilling words. Advanced stage liver cancer. Now, a different patient occupied that bed. A little boy named Park Ji-ho, only 8 years old, who loved dinosaurs and mango popsicles but hadn't eaten solid food in 3 days. Kim Soo Hyun knelt beside Ji-ho, who looked up weakly from under his oxygen mask. "Are you the man from the TV with the magic powers?" Ji-ho asked. Soo Hyun smiled softly. "I used to be. But now I just try to be a friend." Ji-ho chuckled faintly. "Do you have any powers left?" The actor reached into his backpack and pulled out a hand-drawn comic book he had made himself. A superhero modeled after Ji-ho, titled Captain Liver, the strongest hero in the universe. In that moment, Ji-ho smiled for the first time in days. A late-night whisper that changed everything. It was a particularly cold night in December when Soo Hyun received the call. Han Ji-eun, the young aspiring painter, had taken a turn for the worse. She had asked for him, her voice weak but filled with purpose. He arrived at the hospital at 2:13 a.m., carrying her favorite strawberry milk and a sketch pad. I'm scared, she whispered, looking at the 4-drip beside her. Not of dying, but of disappearing. Soo Hyun sat beside her for hours. No words, just the sound of monitors beeping and the quiet whir of the winter wind outside. And then, just as dawn broke, she handed him a note. It read, "Promise me you'll finish my last painting. You'll know what it is when the time comes." 2 days later, Ji-eun passed away. But in her final hours, Kim Soo-hyun had promised her something that would soon shake the entire country. An art exhibition titled Hearts That Don't Fade. It launched 3 months later in downtown Seoul. Ji-eun's final sketches, paired with Soo-hyun's own brushstrokes, became a moving tribute to every young dream cut short by cancer. The hidden room that no one knew about. Back at Seoul National University Hospital, tucked away behind the pediatric oncology unit, is a small room with no official title. But the patients call it Soo Hyun's room. It's filled with donated guitars, stacks of manga, Polaroid pictures of smiling patients, and a massive wall mural painted by the actor himself. A tree with every leaf bearing the name of someone he's met on this journey. Doctors report that children now request treatment near that room, just to catch a glimpse of him. He visits it every Sunday without fail, reading letters left in a small mailbox by patients who don't have the strength to speak. One letter read, "I don't need a miracle anymore. I just needed to laugh again. Thank you for being that miracle." A confrontation with a father. Perhaps one of the most gripping scenes behind the scenes involved a father named Mr. Lee, whose son had been recently diagnosed. The man stormed into the hospital ward when he heard Kim Soo-hyun was volunteering there. "What do you know about pain?" Mr. Lee yelled, trembling. "You're rich. You're famous. You can walk away from all this any time." Soo-hyun didn't flinch. "I've lost someone I love to this disease," he said calmly. "But more than that, I've stayed. Not because I have to. Because I want to." Later that evening, Soo-hyun was seen sitting beside Mr. Lee in silence. 2 men, both broken in different ways, yet healing each other without words. A hospital wedding that melted millions of hearts. In March 2025, Kim Soo-hyun orchestrated something that turned the hospital into a temporary fairy tale. A wedding for 2 patients, a young couple, sung